All that allowed me to get over $170,000 in 0% business credit. And what that allowed me to do was several things. When you're acquiring Airbnb units, it helps with paying for all the upfront rent, security deposit, all your furniture, paying for your team on the ground. So that's where a lot of that funding went into, in addition to travel to different events, meet different people, network even further. So that opened up a lot of opportunities for me, which allowed me to expand into more units. So if I didn't have it, there would have been no momentum at all, to be honest. You don't really get paid to wait or to move slowly. This is probably one of the most important investments you can make for yourself.
All right, what's going on, guys? Jack here. We're with Mike St. Jean, who is a credit stacking member since 2024. Mike has a killer story, specifically in real estate, how he leveraged his credit stacking funding into real estate. So fantastic, Mike. Really appreciate you joining me today. If you just want to walk me through briefly how you were able to get access to 0% interest business credit from and through the credit stacking program, and how specifically you use that capital to get yourself in the position today. I know you have several listings on Airbnb, and you've done quite well over the last 1 to 2-ish years. So if you could help the listeners and me understand what that journey looked like. What did it look like before getting access to funding, and what does that look like now? And how much capital did you get approved for? And how exactly did you use that capital to create this awesome journey you've been on?
Yeah, absolutely. So when I first got started, my credit score was probably in the low 700s. I did not know about business credit at all, completely unaware. So I didn't know what I didn't know. So I started putting stuff on my personal credit, which, hurt me. So coming into the credit stacking community, learning about business credit, getting connected with everyone in the community, the BRMs and different banks, I started to get help on better positioning myself in my credit profile in order to make me more fundable. Starting there, improving my credit profile, it unlocked opportunities for me when I did get connected to BRMs, like at Chase, getting connected to Amex, and all that allowed me to get over $170,000 in 0% business credit funding.
Wow.
And then I was able to access other opportunities as well for additional funding outside of that 170. And what that allowed me to do was several things. One is to, when you're acquiring Airbnb units, especially if you're new and you don't have a track record with that landlord, sometimes they want bank statements. So that was really important to have those funds liquidated, to have them on hand in a bank account where I could provide the statement to the landlord so that I could help get qualified for those Airbnb units. And then it also helps with, paying for all the upfront rent, security deposit, all your furniture, paying for your team on the ground. So that's where a lot of that funding went into, in addition to other courses to help myself learn how to be a better operator, to travel to different courses, meet to different events, meet different people, network even further. So that opened up a lot of opportunities for me, which allowed me to expand into more units, into real estate investment as well, where I acquired my first property. It's a 2-family that I'm building ADU in, my fiance, and also taking what I learned from the community and helping her get funding to, better maximize our business credit potential, to pay for some of the closing costs, which we use it towards, and then as well start paying for fees like architectural fees for other engineering drawings, and starting to pay contractors that we've had come on the site so far to do some work. So it's been really invaluable, to be honest, especially just leveraging the community alone and building relationships outside the community that I've been able to turn to repeatedly for advice and for resources. So that's what's helped me get this far up till now.
Wow, incredible. Super good stuff there, Mike. So you use the capital to get the momentum on the Airbnb arbitrage listings by showing liquidity in the bank accounts. So the landlords would approve you, and then you got the listings, you used the capital for the down payment for the rent, for some renovations, etc. And then you're also leveraging now this strategy with, I think you said your wife. So you're you're doubling up in terms of using 2 players, not just 1 player, which I think is very powerful. So at this point, how many Airbnb listings do you have?
I have 6 right now that I'm managing.
6, nice, okay. And then can you talk about how specifically you use some of the business funding for this ADU project, or for getting into this 2-family project?
Yep. So as we knew that we were coming into closing. That's when we started to, ahead of time, we started creating the bank accounts like Chase, Bank of America, US Bank, a few others. And we started, following the same process that you teach in the program, the same process that I went through personally. Started just implementing again, but with her credit profile and making accounts with her LLC. So some of that funding went up front towards closing costs. We had an exorbitant amount of closing costs. Property up in the Northeast, especially if it's a multifamily, closing costs can be up to like 10 times as much as what most people would be paying for. So it's pretty ridiculous. So that played a huge role there. And then some of it went into, you have to pay an architect for drawings. Part of that went towards paying the architect. Architects up here again are not cheap at all. So thousands of dollars went towards paying an architect, and then starting to pay for some of the work in the existing 2-family that's now rented out to tenants. We leveraged some of that 0% credit to redo some of the floors, buy flooring material so that I could lay down new floors myself. For the whole process, we've been leveraging 0% business credit from escrow all the way up to starting the renovations in the existing 2-family that is now rented out to tenants. Tenants are living there, helping pay my mortgage, and now we're using the business credit for paying contractors for the basements specifically, where our goal is to wrap up work early next year and then do a refinance in the first few months of next year to take the profit out and go get another property.
Okay, and so are you waiting until that refinance to then pull the money out to pay off the cards? Is that the pay?
Exactly. Yep. So we'll take the cash out of the refinance, pay down the cards, and then with the profit that's remaining, we'll go look at other properties to repeat the process.
Cool. So just to be clear for listeners, you get in on the property, you're renovating it, you're building out the ADU, increasing the value of it, you refinance at a higher price, pull some cash out, then pay off the cards. That's what you're doing?
Exactly.
Nice. Brilliant. Nice. Okay. What does it look like after that? I mean, you got some killer momentum. You got these 6 Airbnb listings that are probably cranking pretty good for you. You're in this 2-family ADU project. You're going to refinance, I think you said early next year. What does it look like after that for you think?
Yeah. So all of this is kind of the building blocks of the foundation to getting into essentially merging kind of the two strategies, where instead of arbitraging Airbnbs, I'm then owning them. So ideally, I don't want to build a huge portfolio with just arbitrage units, because that's not sellable in the long term. If I want to offload the business as a whole, I need actual properties. My goal is next year to go ahead and buy another property in a different market where the numbers work a little bit better, and do some work on it. Again, do a cash out refinance, but use that property instead of using it as a long-term rental, use it as a short-term rental, which produces higher cash flow. And then from there, it's easier to start acquiring more Airbnbs, but on the side of either arbitrage or scaling as an actual owner of the property, which is the long-term goal. Eventually, after that, my goal is to get into syndications for large multifamilies. Well, I'm essentially just stacking kind of like little building blocks in real estate, getting some, learning the lessons on a smaller scale, getting some knowledge, some experience, and then, applying it as I scale up at each level.
Yeah, no, that's great. Okay, so I think I know the answer to this question, but how has this 0% funding played a crucial role in the momentum and the success that you've had? How did it allow you to move differently by having this, I think you said $170,000?
Yeah.
How did it allow you to move differently relative to if you didn't have it?
Yeah, I mean, if I didn't have it, it would have been really hard to scale and keep any momentum. There would have been no momentum at all, to be honest, because I could have gone one property, but then I would have had to wait until that first property could pay itself off. If I didn't, if I didn't have 0%, I would have to focus on paying the property off a lot quicker, and then I just wouldn't be able to scale as quickly. And this, what I've learned in Airbnb arbitrage, you don't really get paid to wait or to move slowly. The economies of scale work really well in your favor if you're able to stack multiple properties on top of each other within a short period of time, because then you're multiplying your profit every month, which makes you able to pay down your cards even faster. And then the sooner you can pay all your cards down, the sooner you can just start taking all your profit and investing it straight into more property. Being able to move quickly has been very important for ease of scaling. Without business credit, I would not have been able to do that at all.
Nice, that's incredible. Yeah, I try to tell people that all the time. It's like when you bring on debt, it can increase risk if you don't pay it back. but it also, I think, reduces risk because you have more money to work with. And through economies of scale, as you mentioned, I think your chance of succeeding on that venture then increases.
Absolutely.
So I mean, you're a perfect example of exactly that. So that's awesome, and really appreciate you sharing your story. If there was one thing you could say to someone that's debating on joining credit stacking, if they're an earlier stage entrepreneur or early stage real estate investor, what is one piece of advice you could tell that person?
Sure. I would say that this is probably one of the most important investments you can probably make into yourself, you can make for yourself. There's one thing with the knowledge that you can learn and apply for yourself in numerous different areas and multiple different opportunities. And then there's also the aspect of being able to network with other successful individuals in the community who are maybe a little further ahead than where you are right now when you're looking to get where they are. This puts you in the position to network with them and to develop relationships with them, allowing you to grow much more quickly than you would have been able to do on your own. So I would say that if you are looking to level up and grow quicker and you are serious with whatever your goal is, that this is I think a crucial decision to make into yourself.
Awesome. So inspiring. Appreciate it.
Absolutely.